Hardship? You think this is hardship, Lieutenant? A couple of reservation Indians who steal our horses, and a few outlaws who cross the river and plunder our settlements? What do they teach you at West Point these days? Where is your mettle? Make decisions. Negotiate. Hardships indeed. I can tell you what hardship really means. Oh, I've seen a few in my time. In 1820, when we first came to Texas, I was still practically a boy. Poor weapons, worthless equipment, and wild Indians who still ruled supreme hereabouts. What a land it was. Fertile hills and valleys as far as the eye could see. Ideal for raising cattle and horses. But there were also dangerous deserts, bone dry with merciless sun beating down and filled with rattlesnakes and scorpions. The land was a wild animal, and it was our duty to tame it. Those who didn't take precautions didn't live very long. Oh, those were challenging days. The entire region belonged to Mexico then, but we didn't care. We came from the east to start a new life. There was land free for the taking here, along with the opportunity to start something new. It didn't matter where you came from or what you already had. You could build yourself a small kingdom with your bare hands. Lay the groundwork for future generations. Mexican militia, borders, Apaches, it was all the same to us. We were proud to be Americans, men of this young, independent nation. We were convinced that the land belonged to whoever used it. With a gun in one hand and an axe in the other, we knew nothing would stand in our way. We wanted to look the devil in the eye. What fools we were. We had a snowball's chance in hell.
Welcome back to America, no peace beyond the line, and welcome to the first scenario in the US-American campaign. And here we go. Welcome to the Oregon trial, or the Texas trial in our case here. Once more the minimap's messed up. There seems to be one scenario in every campaign where the minimap is messed up, but that's okay. So we shall make our way to Texas, whether or not the Texans, or the Mexicans rather, actually want that. So let's go. This scenario here is not particularly difficult, considering that it is one in the final campaign. But then again, the campaigns are necessarily sorted by difficulty. I find the Mexican campaign is a lot harder than the Outlaw campaign. The Outlaw campaign is actually fairly easy. The Native campaign is not that difficult, but it's a bit more tricky than you might initially assume. So there's that. We're going to run into some natives on our way here. Hey, look, a cactus. And several, in fact. We're going to gun them down, obviously. You know, manifest destiny and stuff. Even though I guess, well, I suppose settlement of Texas, does it really refer to manifest destiny? In that sense, I thought it was more about the territories further west and in the northwest. But what do I know about American history? Not enough to make a call here. This could have driven down here, but whatever. So there's some natives here. We could see those. There's two tribes on this map here. We don't have to gun down absolutely every native, even though we could. But hey, we definitely wouldn't gun down you. And goodbye. Of course, these natives here have rifles, so it's not actually too easy. They always have the good equipment if they are played by the AI. That's the general rule here. So let's get over here. And let's see where this leads us. We could make our camp here, because there's some... You're not really in my way, but I'll just kill you just to be safe. You never know. So we could make our camp here, but there's not enough resources here. There's some trees, but that's kind of it, so we're not going to bother setting up a full camp there. Instead, we're going to make our way over here, which we have to do anyway. If you don't build your HQ there, then you can't win the scenario. And you can't build a second HQ. I guess you could delete the first one, but whatever. In any case, there's more natives here. Let's just gun you down, as usual. Just focus fire here. 1 barrage per native. We can't heal in this scenario at all because the Americans, they're very similar to the Mexicans mechanically, and they have to rely on nurses to heal. We've seen those already in the previous 2 campaigns, but we don't get any nurses until later, so there's that. Alright, let's just keep going here. And should be there at any moment now. There's some more natives here, but we're going to ignore those. Can we just ride straight through here, or is there more stuff in the way? We shall see. We probably have to head south one more time. Yeah, there's more mountains in the way. That's totally cool. Generally nobody is following you here unless you actually run into a group of natives, so we don't really have to worry about the settlers and the wagons falling behind a little bit. Awesome. You don't want to lose anyone because that's just going to result in you being able to build your base up a lot slower, so yeah, try to not do that. It's just bad. Alright, you can already explore a little bit while we're here. And you cowboys here, you can go south. There should be some lumber there. In fact, we can already see that here. And yeah, here we go indeed. Yep, we're going to build that. Let's get you sorted. They don't give you enough frontiers people here because the ones we have here, it's just not enough. You're really, really slow in the beginning with regard to like everything. Oh well. How much gold do you have here? 500. That's not a whole lot, but whatever. It will suffice. Well, we don't really have more anyway. So let's just raise this headquarters here. Then we need some buildings. We could kill some stuff, like some of you here. That would be ironic if we just killed all these covered wagons here. But that's only going to give us 4 pop slots, so it's probably not really worth it, is it? Those look like chess pieces, like really big chess pieces, even though they're not. They're these bars here. Anyway, we're almost there. You can just snake your way through here. I think you can even avoid more natives if you really want to, and you can probably do a... Maybe you can go through here so and take a shortcut, but it doesn't really matter. Yep, we have to withstand those enemy attacks, and we will. But first, let's build us a sawmill here. So the American sawmill takes a lot of space. It's a bit of a downside, but that's how it is. Also, these frontierswomen here carry all that lumber in baskets. Not sure whether that's the best way to cut lumber, but I'm not going to question it. So get me that sawmill here, and then we need to get a lot of lumber. And then we're going to build houses, and then we can build more workers to accelerate things here. You can actually... I guess you can cut trees down here, and you shall do the same. So how much does a house here cost? 150, same as it does for everyone else. So hey, that's a surprise for you. Okay, more lumber for everyone. And as soon as we get enough to build houses, we don't really have to build houses because we need 2 houses before we can do anything really. But we can probably do that because the female workers can rely on providing us with more lumber so far, or we can rely on them. You want the X upgrade here? Probably not. Also, why did I send you guys down here? Because I forgot about that group, but that's okay. And there we go, second house, and then we can get more workers. The question is, do we want fields and stuff right away? We'll have to see. So we can afford... Let's get maybe 3 more of you, 1 more of you, and then we can go on with our agriculture here, because we're also going to need a fair amount of lumber for farms and whatnot. And farming is slow-ish in the beginning. Okay, 1 more house here. At least there's a lot of lumber here. You're never going to run out of lumber. At least it seems rather unlikely. There we go. After that, let's build a farm. Once we're up here, we're probably going to have enough resources to do that. Farm cost 250. It's quite a bit, but that's okay. Just a little bit more. Yeah, one more howl from everyone here and we'll be good. These houses here are in a little bit of a random spot, but hey, they're close to the water, which is not animated at all. It's just completely static. But that's okay. Because animated water, this game probably perform even worse than it already does. So you know what? Maybe I don't need these. Maybe I'm going to get yet another one of you here. So I have a full group of 5 working on those fields. There we go. In fact, we can do that right now. There we go, you come north. Actually, maybe I'm just going to withdraw you one by one. Because it's going to take us a while to gather all that lumber for everyone here anyway. Almost there, there we go. And then we're just going to wait until we have 300 and then we're going to get the other fields going. Unless, well, I guess you got ready here in the meantime. Going to go with you then. Keep in mind that if you build a field, the lumber doesn't get spent before you actually have your worker arrive at the field and it gets spent. So that's not the same for any other building, or the buildings in general. I guess the field's not like a building. Also, fields often have like 199 hit points for no real reason. I'm not quite sure why. Just happens occasionally. Even if they don't get damaged by anyone, if you just build them fresh, they still have that. Okay. So we have, wait a second, we have 3 here already. Guess I only, oh, I thought I had, you know what, whatever. Come over here, please. So you can continue working and the other 2 can join me in the north. Wait a second, I thought, oh yeah. The other one was already on the field, so that's why he showed up there. Good enough for me. Amazing. So we're going to get, I would say, at least 10 fields here going, and then we can produce everything else. Here we go. We do have enough lumber. Could also get the field upgrade first, but we don't really need that all that desperately. We have 5 of you here. That looks good enough to me. Good enough, in fact, that one of you can build me another farm here. Question, should we get more lumber workers first or more field workers? We'll have to see. So maybe get 2 more of these. That should also give us enough lumber for more buildings and everything else. And then we can also get a couple of houses just to make sure that we have enough pop to also build some additional units other than our workers, because we need to defend ourselves here at one point. But we're going to get to that. Awesome, you can help out here if you would like to. That house is already finished. There we go. And to be honest, until we have trained all these frontiers women, we probably have enough lumber anyway, so there's that. There we go, got another farm. Nice, nice. We want this one here. I guess we can get that too. I think I still want the frontiers women first, because lumber is not going to be that big of an issue. Okay, 2 more workers here. That's going to accelerate things as well. And then we can get access and other fancy upgrades. The agricultural upgrade, as long as you have enough lumber, the agricultural upgrade isn't actually all that important. But we probably want it sooner or later anyway, it's just more convenient. Even though we don't have to water our fields manually here anymore. And 1 more few. And then we're only 75 away from having maxed out another field. Isn't that great? So, yeah, slowly get... Yeah, they should just start here with something like 20 frontiers people, because this just slows everything down. There's no reason for it. And you could say it serves as a tutorial, but at the same time, this is the final campaign. If you haven't grasped the game at this point, then you're not ever going to. And the Americans are similar enough to the Mexicans. There we go. And the clock is ticking. We're not really in that much of a rush. These guys here can probably take all the Mexicans if they really want to. But we're going to build other stuff as well. But yeah, we're going to get to that when we get to that. So don't panic about this. Yeah, so you need to have played the Mexican... Well, I guess you could just skip it, but that's your own fault. But you're encouraged to play the Mexican campaign before this, and then you probably know the basics of this faction here too. And even the natives aren't that dissimilar to this faction here. I guess I'm going to get the shovel upgrade. But first, let's wait for one more here. There we go. Oh, we didn't have enough lumber for that. There we go. Good enough. You can also stay close to our HQ because you can also deliver food to that. Well, let's save up some resources here. Do we even want that gold? We probably do. Let's maybe get 2 of you for that purpose. Because we don't have any gold, so we can't build any new trappers. Not that we really need trappers all that desperately, but I guess they would be nice to have. Because why not? So we have how expensive is the lumber on the sawmill again? 300. Too expensive right now to build another one. But I think we're going to run out of fields here in the near future. Yeah, in 2 hulls some fields here will be gone, but that's okay. You can start getting me gold here. Can I get a gold warehouse? I can get a gold warehouse. You know what? I should, because I do have 4 of these wagons here, so that should not be a problem, should it? And I guess I can send the other guys down to give me lumber, or alternatively maybe build some other stuff, such as, you know what, maybe not. Let's get one more of you. And considering how empty this map is, it's not performing great, but that's okay. Yeah, I still have 3/4 of our time left here, so we're doing just fine. There we go. Do we need the mining upgrade? 150 lumber. You know what? Whatever. May as well do that, because we're not in that much of a hurry, but we are in a little bit of a hurry. Okay. So we were low on lumber there, but that's okay. But we're going to wait a little bit for that. So you're probably not going to need too long to empty this mine anyway. You know what? You can help with that while we're waiting, so you don't need to build more buildings. You can always train more guys later. And we do have enough time, no worries about that. And this mine's not going to last terribly long, is it? Not really. A field has been harvested, that's okay. We just about have enough lumber for that. And yeah, that's all I have to say right now. Should we get more workers? I guess we could get like maybe 2 more workers, because our food income right now is good enough. And we want combat troops, but we also want to make sure that we have enough lumber to build all the buildings. We probably need multiple so we can build troops faster. And once you have that pickaxe upgrade, we should be good too, to empty that mine and then get these guys here to do other things. And let's get a ranch to get some cowboys. Because our... Well, you certainly didn't have enough lumber there, but that's okay. We're going to have it soon. That didn't quite do it, but that's okay. Yeah, that mine is already mostly empty. Yeah, we really don't have enough lumber, but it's okay. Maybe should have built that other sawmill, but these sawmills take so much space. So it's really difficult to just stack them up. Oh yeah, you should probably get me that gold. How about that? And then we're almost there. There we go. More of that, please. That ranch is still on its way. And you can help me out here as well. We still have 5 minutes left, should be sufficient. And once these guys are done, which they are in a moment, then we can... Did that other guy just disappear? No, he didn't. I was just wondering about that, because one guy came out immediately. So you can help here as well. And... Well, you're almost done here, but we probably want a second one, or maybe another house. How about that? But also, yeah, okay, so all the fields are good to go. So build me a house here. I don't really need you anymore, but do I lose if I lose you? I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm not going to risk it. You never know with this game here. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cowboys here. I think we want that other sawmill. But let's make sure that we do have enough lumber for that, which we don't have after this hull here, but we're almost there. We still have plenty of time left. Okay, let's just wait until everyone here delivers. And then let's get another sawmill right here. That should be a bit more efficient. There we go. No problem to raise that with so many guys. Yep, this should solve that problem. I guess I could have had you cut lumber in the meantime as well, but I didn't. But what we are going to do is get a trapper's cabin as soon as we have enough lumber for that, and you should renew this field here. Still have 4 minutes left, so no worries about that. Then, and as I said before, you can probably defend yourself with just your starting troops. It's not the best idea, you should put some more troops, but at the same time don't panic. The Mexicans don't have some sort of crazy army with like infantry and cannons and everything, they just have their basic troops. I think the best troop they might have is their militiamen. So yeah, no need to worry that much about that. So, after we have this here, we're going to get 6 trappers because we only have 6 rifles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have 100 gold left, which I don't think we can spend on anything. But anyway, so we don't really have much to build here anyway, so we're going to get another ranch here. Can't get any more upgrades. Yeah, now we're pretty much set. So let's build more of you. Or train more of you. And then we're going to train more on this ranch here too. And that's pretty much all we need. And trappers and cowboys are the only real combat units we can get here anyway. And this sawmill is definitely worth it. This goes a lot faster now. Too fast probably, at least in the sense that I don't really need that much lumber anymore. But that's fine. Once a couple of these fields here run out, we'll be good. And the ranch has a ton of hit points. I always forget about that. So you don't really have all that much to do right now. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of you here and more of you there. And that's pretty much it. You can... Do I need another house? I probably do, yeah. Let's build another house then. I don't know, right here. This is supposed to be functional, not pretty. And that's all I have to say about the scenario here, because that's all there is to say. We still have 2 minutes left. We're not going to build all of these guys in that time, but we'll be fine. We could get yet another ranch, but that's going to take too long and we don't really need it. I guess you can cut me some trees here if you really want to. And we already have more than enough troops for one full army here. We're going to stay back a little bit, mount a commander. And how do you guys... Oh, you guys have pretty much full morale. Except this already gives you a morale drop of 1 or 2. So let's see how close we have to be to get full morale here. Oh, this close apparently. You have to stand right next to your commander. Okay. But whatever. More of you, please. We've almost trained all of our trappers. Yeah, that's the reason why you do need to rush here, because you can only train so many trappers anyway, because the amount of golden rifles you have are limited. And I mean, the cowboys are kind of nice, but it's not really a deal breaker. If you have like a couple more, a couple less. The trappers, what's your attack power anyway? 8, and you have 90 hit points. These guys here have 7, and you have 8 hit points. Okay, you're not actually that much better. I think that used to be more before the 2 patches this game, because the patches changed quite a lot. Like doubling the hit points of some units. Everybody has more health, I think. Fields auto-renew. So convenient. Yeah, it's a big-ish deal. If you want to play this game yourself, get the patch. It's worth it. What is up? That's a good question. I wonder whether workers work more efficiently when they have high morale, or whether they just fight more efficiently, which you probably don't want to do anyway. I don't actually know, to be perfectly honest. And it doesn't really matter all that much. In hindsight, I could have gone with probably 15 fields, but that's overkill. And this is unfortunately one of the dullest missions in the entire game, because it's just a lot of waiting. The American campaign is... I'm kind of mixed on its design, but we'll get to that. Also, as soon as the Mexicans appear, they just appear on the map. They still have to walk their way through your base. So... Oh, don't have enough living space, whatever. So we should probably build another house. Well, how about that? And you have some extra time because they need to walk over to your base. And damn, do we have a lot of lumber. But you need a lot initially, so it's justified that we had that many wood choppers there. Okay, so this army is more than sufficient to take down all the Mexicans, hopefully. If not, then I guess we're in trouble. Okay, more of you here, please. And more... Nope. We do wait for a little more food. There we go. Okay, and then it's waiting for the Mexicans. Yeah, any moment now. They're really taking their time here. There we go. Hey, the commandant is not mounted and just right here. That's a really great idea there. So cowboys, you can get in here as well. And everybody has low morale. You can please get in here. These guys don't even arrive one group. The gauchos are a little bit slower than the militiamen, so they arrive late and then they just get themselves gunned down like this. Yep, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, I'll be left in peace because I murdered everyone. Yep, Native Americans who lived here first, killed them all. Mexicans who settled here first, also killed them. So that's how we do it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Also, there's outlaws on this map here, really? Maybe somewhere on, like on the path to that field there in Texas. But what do I care? Take care. Goodbye.